It's surprising to see how many great French movies are out there that have gone undiscovered. So today, we've brought you our picks for the best French action movies. Mayhem. If you like films involving martial arts or boxing, then you should definitely check this movie out. It follows Sam, who is finishing a prison sentence in France and trains in Muay Thai while trying to build a better life. During a work release, he gets into a confrontation which goes deadly, forcing him to flee. 5 years later, he is living peacefully in Thailand with his wife and stepdaughter. But his peaceful life comes crashing down when he gets involved with a local crime boss who takes everything away from him. With nothing left to lose, Sam sets out for revenge. What follows is a brutal revenge story filled with intense hand-to-hand combat. Can Sam get his revenge, or will the powerful crime syndicate stop him first? That's what Mayhem is all about. The fighting and choreography feel rough and painful rather than stylish. If you love the raid, this is definitely worth watching.
Maintenant, Lino.
Lost Bullet 2. If you are into car racing and action similar to Fast and Furious, then this film is a perfect pick. The story picks up right after the events of the first movie. It follows Lino, a mechanic with a gift for building amazing cars that can smash through almost anything. He has cleared his name as criminal, but he has also lost his younger brother and his mentor. The corrupt cop, who is responsible for his mentor's death, is still missing. In search for the cop, is pulled back into the police unit, where he helps chase drug runners along the French-Spanish border. Soon, he discovers that Marco, the corrupt cop accomplice, is under police protection. Lino understands that the corruption runs deep and goes all the way to the top. When he starts to go against the system, what follows is some of the best car action, which will amaze you.
Votre unité sont suspectés de fermer les yeux sur des activités frauduleuses, en contrepartie de pots de vin.
Restless. This film is a French remake of the Korean thriller A Hard Day. If you like action mixed with crime drama and suspense, you should check this one out. This film follows Thomas, a corrupt police lieutenant who is already under investigation for corruption and misconduct. One night, he accidentally hits a man on a dark road and kills him. Instead of reporting it, he hides the body in his car. That single decision is where the film really begins, because someone witnessed what he did and starts blackmailing him. Every move he makes to cover up the problem creates an even bigger one, with a much more ruthless and powerful person blackmailing him. What will he do, and how will he escape? That's what the story is all about. If you like good action with suspense and twists, you should definitely check this movie out. AKA. This film follows Adam Franco, a special forces operative who uses different identities during his missions. He is assigned to infiltrate a criminal organization and eliminate a member linked to the organization. It's believed that the member is planning an attack on France, so our lead must find him and kill before the attack. When he joins the organization, he is assigned to protect the crime boss's stepson. As he becomes closer to the kid and moves up in ranks, he realizes that he has been misguided by his superiors, and the people he assumed were his enemies aren't his true enemies. If I reveal more, it will spoil the movie for you. If you like stories with betrayal, twists, and a lot of action, you should definitely watch this film. Lost Bullet, a film filled with car chases, amazing stunts, and action. This film follows Lino, a mechanic who goes to prison after using a heavily modified car to rob a jewelry shop. A police detective named Karis gives him a chance to work for a special drug squad where he builds high-speed cars designed to stop drug runners. But one day, everything changes when Charis is murdered and Lino is framed for it. The only proof of his innocence is a bullet hidden inside a missing car that nobody can find. Can Lino find it before the police close in? And who framed Lino for the murder? That's what the story is all about. The film runs for barely 90 minutes and moves extremely fast. The action relies heavily on real cars and practical stunts, which makes the crashes and chases feel intense. Mesrine, Killer Instinct, a film that blends action with a gangster biopic. This film is based on the real-life criminal who's one of the biggest criminal in France history. The film follows him from his time in the French army during the Algerian War to becoming part of the criminal underworld in Paris, and later to Canada, where his criminal career becomes even more dangerous. After being arrested and sent to a maximum security prison, Mesrine escapes and returns to help break out the men he left behind. This film focuses on his rise to becoming one of the most wanted criminals in French history. It feels more like a full gangster saga than a simple action movie. Athena. Athena is one of the most ambitious films on this list. This film follows 4 brothers, the youngest of 4 is killed, and a video surfaces showing men in police uniforms to be responsible. This single video leads to riots, and at one point, it grows so big that it almost feels like a civil war. While one brother turns their housing estate into a fortress, while another, a soldier, tries to prevent the situation from becoming even more violent. It's better I leave the story there. The visual storytelling in this movie is fantastic. Director Romain Gavras opens the movie with a long, unbroken shot that takes the viewer from a police station into the middle of a riot, and he uses similar techniques throughout the film. The whole story feels like a Greek tragedy set inside a housing estate, with the tension continuing to rise as the situation gets worse. It is a very unique film to watch. Visually, it is one of the most impressive modern French action films. Point Blank. This is an action thriller which also got remade in Hollywood, but the remake couldn't match the original. Point Blank follows Samuel, a nurse whose pregnant wife is kidnapped. One night, Samuel saves the life of a wounded criminal named Hugo Sartet in the hospital. Soon after, Samuel's wife is taken hostage, and he is given a simple choice: get Hugo out of the hospital if he wants to see his wife again. Samuel is forced into a dangerous race through the streets of Paris while trying to protect his wife and stay ahead of both criminals and corrupt police officers. What will Samuel do? How will he be able to get out of this situation and save his wife? That's what the story is all about. The film is short and moves very quickly. The Prey. This is an action thriller with a serial killer in the mix. It follows Frank, who is a robber serving time in prison. While in prison, he protects a quiet cellmate from a beating and later promises to look after his family. But after the cellmate is released, Frank discovers the truth. The man is actually a serial killer who knows where Frank's wife and daughter live. Fearing for his family's safety, he breaks out of prison and starts hunting the killer, while the police hunt him at the same time. Will he be able to catch the serial killer before he kills his family, while also escaping the cops? That's what the story is all about. The film's practical action gives it a rough and intense feeling. District 13. District 13 is one of the most iconic French action movies. The story is set in a near-future Paris, where an entire district has been walled off and abandoned by the government. Inside the district, Lado is trying to protect his neighborhood from the drug lord who controls it. His life becomes more dangerous when his sister is kidnapped. Outside the district, an undercover police officer named Damien is given an impossible mission. A stolen neutron bomb has ended up inside District 13, and its timer is already running. The two men have only a limited amount of time to stop the bomb and survive the people trying to kill them. As they fight their way through the district, they discover that the bomb is connected to a much bigger conspiracy involving people in the government. Will they be able to uncover the secrets and defuse the bomb? That's what the story is all about. The film is famous for its parkour sequences and practical action, with David Bell performing many of the movements himself. It later received a sequel, as well as an American remake starring Paul Walker.